So the application is running now, and I've added 2 breakpoints here. I just want to show you how this actually works. How is the flow of this? And I'm going to present it as simple as possible. Let's, first of all, you can see it's working. So let me try and press enter. Now, when I hit the controller, of course, I hit the index action method. That makes sense. Now, the index action method says, okay, let's save this somewhere that I can share with the index HTML file. And the place that we can share between these two is called the Viewbag. That's one way to do it. Now the Viewbag is, think of it as a dynamic bag that you can just put stuff into. It just has to be CS code, C# code of some kind. You can put it in there and you can use it both places. So what we're doing is we're saying just add a list of persons. This is the persons from here, right there. And I want to add that inside the Viewbag's person, which is just a big map of information. So it's going to have a specific field now called persons that's pointing or referencing this person's list out here. And then when that is done, let's just continue. I'm actually hitting the breakpoint directly in the CS HTML. So I can actually see breakpoints in the HTML code now. That's pretty cool. So what it's saying is, after you added this, create the view. Now that'll push me into this code and it'll say, let's run over all of this, and at some point we get to this point where we start using the list that you just sent into the Viewbag. So I pulled out the list using the Viewbag.persons. I convert the list into a list of persons, and then I start running each of them into each of them. And for each of them, I just make a div, and a BR with the name, the ID, and just a new line, right? And then I say continue, and I'll get into the second person, and I can actually mouse over to see who they are. It's pretty awesome. And let's just end this and see the result again, which is this. So just before it returns, it'll actually convert this. The action result will be converted into actual HTML code that we can then present in the browser. Ta-da! That's how we use the Viewbag to send data back and forth between the view and the controller. And notice that now it's all starting to be MVC, right? We have the model, which is the person, used in both the person controller but also in the view. Then we have the controller using the view to actually send some data back to the user, right? So that's all it is. See you in the next lesson where we'll dig even further into this.